Peace and blessings, everyone. It's Coach Ed here with you right now to talk a little bit about the women's Final Four. Today, you have the University of South Carolina, undefeated right now, going up against the darling, the Iowa Hawkeyes, led by Caitlin Clark. So, this is going to be a very interesting game. Um, you know, South Carolina is loaded. They, from Camila Cardoza to their freshman guards, they definitely can bring the energy. They can bring the flavor. Coach Dawn Staley has those girls really ready and primed. They want to make amends for last year, especially against Iowa. They definitely want to get redemption and bring the trophy back down to South Carolina. On the other side, you have Caitlin Clark. Their roster is not as loaded, but between Clark, between Marshall, Stewie, Martin, I mean, they have some players, so they can definitely go out there and hold their own. They're fundamentally sound. Now, yes, a lot of it is reliant upon Caitlin Clark, especially with her deep shooting, but it opens up a whole lot more for what they're trying to do. So definitely going to be an interesting game. Most people and the betting money says it's going to be in South Carolina, so we will see. But let's take a look at the chat. What's up, Dan? Rigged for Iowa, and you, man, that was a good game last night. The UConn Iowa definitely was a big game, good game. Shout out to everyone who tuned in. 14.2 million. So the women's game continues to draw the eyes. Some of it is Caitlin, but she definitely is a good draw. But, that was a great game. I mean, going back and forth, especially down the wire. Yes, questionable, with the offensive foul call coming off of the screen. Could you have let it go on? Let the players, decide the outcome of the game? Yeah, but I mean, I understand, hey, it was a foul. If it had gone the other way, would a lot of UConn fans say, oh, no, you should have let that foul go? No, you should have called it, and it would have turned the game over. So, but congratulations to those ladies. Paige Bucher, I hope I said her name right. She's definitely a star. And, if you haven't seen her, hopefully last night you saw what she brought to the table. On the other side, South Carolina, I mean, it was a close game to start, but South Carolina took over, especially in that third quarter. They really took it to North Carolina State. I thought it was going to be a good game all the way down, but, South Carolina showed why they are the team to beat. They are the team to be reckoned with. So it's going to be interesting. So let me know in the chat what you guys think. Who do you think is going to win the game? And who do you think is the defining performer? In other words, who do you think this game really relies on more than anyone? Is it going to be Caitlin Clark and for Iowa? Is it going to be Camila Cardoza for South Carolina? I mean, Cardoza is 6'7", and it looks like Stuckey is about 6'2", 6'3", if that. So that's going to be a big, big factor. And is Cardoza going to plant herself down in the paint and take control? And, when they kick it into her, is it going to collapse the defense and then she can just kick it out to the open shooter? Will she be able to just back Stuckey down and just shoot over the top of her? So that's going to be very interesting. And then on the other side with Caitlin Clark, who on South Carolina is going to be able to stick with her? I mean, yesterday UConn had their best defensive player in the first half. It gave her they had her frustrated, but you saw what happened. She ended up getting loose, and her team helped her. She got that three in the third quarter, and it just seemed to loosen her up a little bit more. And she was able to go out there and perform. So, who do you guys think is going to be that key factor? For either team to come away victorious. So let me know. Personally speaking, I'm going to be honest. Even though I would like to see Iowa win it, part of that is because she's in the Big Ten and one of my schools that I root for is in the Big Ten, so it would do well for the Big Ten. But on the other side, I really think South Carolina is going to win. I think they have too much depth. They have too much talent. Both teams are well coached. Both teams are gritty, but South Carolina just has too much talent, in my opinion, for Iowa to handle. I think, and also Iowa, they go usually about 7 deep. So, will that be a factor come later in the game too? Will they wear down behind South Carolina's onslaught? In foul troubles, that can also be another major factor, because South Carolina plays with a deeper bench. Will Iowa, how will they play them? Are they going to play a little bit more zone like they ended up late in the game yesterday, playing a little bit more zone, trying to keep players out of foul trouble? So it's going to be interesting. So I really am intrigued. But before we get into that, if you're new to my channel or to the Hardcore Networks channel or Next Shift Randy, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to each platform, and also hit the notification so you know when we put out new content. And also share on all your social media platforms. It really helps us continue to grow the platforms that we have, and we really appreciate you. So thank you all for doing that. Charles, thanks for tapping in. Yes, thank you for hitting that like button. We really appreciate you, and thank you for helping us continue to grow. So right now, I got UFL on. They're winding down. If you don't know, the game is going to be on ESPN and ESPN Plus, and I think it's also on ABC. Let me just double check. I just saw a little bottom where it said ABC, so I just want to make sure that you are able. Yeah, it's on ABC. It's on ESPN. 850. And I think that's it. And ESPN Plus, if you have access to ESPN Plus. So that's how you can catch the game. So the football game just ended. So Birmingham continues to stay undefeated, 20-13 over Michigan. So we'll be getting into the Final Four, the women's championship game. So I'm really excited to see that. As usual, I'm watching with my team of 4 persons, including myself. This is powerful indeed. Well, thank you, Charles. And thank you to everybody with you that's watching. I hope you guys really enjoy the game. I know I'm looking forward to it. So definitely an exciting time for me to sit back and watch women's sports, because for those who don't know, I'm very big on women's sports. I'm a girl dad, raised three grown women, and I have a granddaughter. So really into, seeing the development of the young girls in sports. So it's not just, always, the males. The women go out there and they play well. They're fundamentally sound. I really enjoy their game. So right now, looking at the pregame, they're on the panel. You got Boston, Aaliyah Boston, Carolyn Peck, Andrea Carter, and Ochine Ubumuke. So they're talking about the game. Can't have it on right now, but really excited. And you're also going to have, that's exciting, because you're also going to have Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi. So they're going to be doing a show along with the game. So there's many ways to watch this game. So, but really excited. Both teams, Iowa and South Carolina, were number 1 out of their respected bracket. So it's great to have 2 number 1s playing in the championship game. So I'm really excited for this, and looking for these stars to come out and shine, because the stars usually shine at the brightest moment. So, and that's what I'm hoping for with this, that these stars come out and they start to shine, and they put on a great show for all of us. So, let me see. They're going to have Robin Roberts in the first quarter. Snoop Dogg. All right. Neke Gumuke and Jalen Hurts are going to be talking at halftime, it looks like. And then third quarter, Jason Sudeikis are going to be there talking. So right now, I think this is on ABC. Am I on ABC right now? Yes, I'm on ABC. So that's where I'm looking at it right now. The pregame, where they're still talking about the game. Looks like some of the players, looks like I was coming off the court right now, going to their locker room. So we're probably going to be having tip off in the next 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. So, but again, guys, talk to me. Let me know. What's your thoughts in terms of this game? Who do you think is going to win? And who do you think are your X factors for each team or for just one team? Like I said, I gave you two. Of course, Caitlin Clark, she's going to be a factor. But here's another factor. Gabby Mitchell. What's her defensive assignment going to be? And is she going to be able to sit down and knock down the shots like she was in the last game? Last game, I believe she ended up with 20 plus points, 23 points, if I'm not mistaken. So is she going to be able to do that again? Is she going to be able to help take some of the pressure off of Caitlin Clark? And is it going to also open up down low for Stuckey? Is she going to be able to go up against Cardoza and really handle herself? Because that's going to be a tall task. But looks like you got players from USC talking to the camera. They're in the runway, I guess, getting ready to come out. So it's real interesting. So I'm excited. So, but man, this is a beautiful thing, man. Watching the ladies play this game, the way they use this work off of the screens, their shooting, the movement, the cutting, the backdoor cuts. One type of offensive play that I love is the Princeton cut, especially if you do it effectively and efficiently. Where you set the right screens, you pull the defense up high, and you have the pass coming out of the post from at the top of the key or either side of the elbow of the key. And then if you have someone cutting, usually easy layups. So I've been watching that since the Pete Carril days. And when I used to watch it, I used to say, how can you, it's hard to stop. I used to say, how can teams stop that? Especially if they're pulling teams up. Now, if you're staying back or you're playing in the zone, then yes, you minimize that. But that's something that I'm going to be looking for. South Carolina, Cardoza does a good job in passing out of the high post. So definitely looking forward to that. And of course, again, getting back to my X factor for Iowa is going to be Gabby Marshall. Conversely, how does South Carolina defend her? Because they're going to be long, they're tall, they have quickness, and they play good defense. So I'm really intrigued by this. And I'm hoping for a really, really great game between these two programs. So, but again, like I said, South Carolina, they want redemption because remember, last year they lost to Iowa in the semifinals, where Iowa went on to play LSU in the championship game. I mean, last year I did think I did think South Carolina was going to win, but Iowa stepped up to the plate. Well, guess what? South Carolina remembers that. So how are they going to attack them? And how does the game start? Caitlin Clark, is she going to come out and is she going to start raining threes? Is she going to pull the defense out and open things up for the other players? And then for South Carolina, are you going to try and go in to Cardoza and try and foul, get the Iowa defense, low post defenders in foul trouble? Okay, so it looks like Iowa just came out onto the court now, so they're going into their final pregame warm-ups. So, and they're also showing that in the pregame before they went out, their coach talking to them. So it looks like it was really a really, really great speech. I see Stuckey right there, see Marshall right there. So yeah, let's see how it turns out. I'm really excited to see how they perform. Yeah, they're going through their pregame workouts, routines. So they looks pretty loose. Caitlin Clark is out there pushing her coach, laughing, going around. They're out there smiling. So, looks like they're going to be confident. So that's one good thing. So tip off is in about 13 minutes, 12 minutes and counting. So got a good one getting ready to go. So, but again, make sure you guys hit the like button, share on all your social media platforms. Let everyone know. Come on, come join the family, join the conversation. Put your comments out there. Tell me what you're thinking in reference to this game. So I'm really, again, like I said, I'm really excited, for this game and looking forward to seeing what ultimately happens in the end. Who reigns supreme, who reigns victorious. South Carolina, will they continue to add to their mantle of trophies? Can Iowa get that championship? And if Iowa wins the championship, does that put Caitlin Clark in the Mount Rushmores of some of the elite women's basketball players? I mean, what do you guys think? It's kind of hard, when you think of the Aja Wilsons. I can go back to Lisa Leslie and Cheryl Millers back in those days, and Teresa Witherspoons with Louisiana Tech. Would she be in the Mount Rushmores? And because of all the points she's scored, she's already been to one Final Four. She can win it. I would think she could be considered one of the greatest women's basketball players to ever play the game. Her shooting range is crazy. Some people call her the Steph Curry of women's basketball. Okay. But her scoring, for her to surpass Pistol Pete, I will say yes. I will put her in the Mount Rushmore of some of the greatest women to ever have played women's college basketball. So, what do you guys think? Let me know what you think. Do you think she's one who's can be considered one of the greatest women's basketball player? What happens if she doesn't win? Would you still put her in there? And it just seems like nowadays everything is based on championships. I try not to base it on that. I try to look at the talent of the players to make a determination. I know everyone else talks about the championships, and that's what defines you. So, but for me, I would still keep her in there whether she wins it or not. Now, right now, there you have Ryan Ruckel and Rebecca Lobo, sitting down talking. Isn't that so cute? They're both wearing almost matching blue blazers. That probably was purposely done. So, but hey, I like that. I like the color scheme. It's bright, it pops, brings it out. So, but yeah, they're sitting down talking about the game. South Carolina undefeated at 37-0. Now Caitlin Clark, with her everything that she does, with their last game, how she performed, how they performed Iowa, especially against the UConn team, so, but, that was a different game. This is going to be a totally different outcome, in terms of how Iowa, is to come away victorious, because again, like I said, this is a big, big task. So, definitely going to be a very intriguing one in reference to, this game. So, Carolyn Cardosa, Ashley. When you sit down and you look at this team, they're just so deep, and they're loaded with 5-star recruits coming out of high school. They're the epitome of the top program in all sports. So, Cardosa, Watkins, 20 rebounds. Okay, that's a good one. So she can definitely, go out there and produce. So really excited for this. So the Hawkeyes versus the Gamecocks. Interesting mascot. So I really like that. So Oh yeah, Pihiro. She definitely was a baller last game. So, but sorry about that. That was just leading scorers in the NCAAs. I mean, they have a balanced lineup when you sit down and look at it. So who do you sit down and focus on? They can just force you to focus on Cardoza, and then they have all their other players that can step up. Where with Iowa, if you take away, you know, Clark, are they just reliant on that one player? So, just bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. Let me pull this thing off so it can stop ringing. Okay. Let me just put this in my drawers. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so I guess they're going to be singing the national anthem now. So, but again, really excited for this game. Are both squads out there on the floor? Looks like they're both out there. Okay, that's good. So, ready to rock and roll. So, come on, guys, talk to me. Let me know your thoughts about this game. Who do you think is going to win? Who do you think are going to be the X factors? I asked you about Caitlin, whether she wins or not. Do you put her on a Mount Rushmore with the greatest women's basketball players? Personally, I say yes, because this is a different day and age in terms of the basketball. But yeah, she deserves her flowers to be there, along with the Aja Wilsons, the Cheryl Millers, the Lisa Leslies. There's so many that we could sit down and debate. But I mean, she's the all-time leading scorer in all of the NCAA. So, these are factors, that I'm taking into consideration, especially if she hasn't won a NCAA championship. Yeah, Cardoso is definitely a tall woman. She looks taller than 6'7". So, interesting. So, but looks like they're just about finishing up with the national anthem. So, really excited to get this game going. Looks like should be starting up in probably another 4-5 minutes, give or take. They don't have the clock. They don't have the timer. Looking at my clock, I think it should be about another 4 minutes, 3.5, 4 minutes. So, but let's see. Matchup notes: they defeated South Carolina last year. South Carolina is undefeated since that loss, so it's going to be a big, big task. And like I said, South Carolina wants redemption. What better way than in the national championship against the team that knocked you out of the semifinals last year? Now you can, go on and you can say, handle your business. You took care of business and you made amends, and then you bring home the championship. And for Iowa, what better way to win the championship against the team you beat last year, and then to send Caitlin Clark out on a high note with the championship, to let everyone debate, her status in the game of basketball. But it's going to be real interesting. I know most of America probably is rocking with Iowa, and understandably, but probably is a good percentage that even though they're going to rock with Iowa, probably believe that South Carolina is going to win. So it's going to be really interesting and intriguing for me. So I want to see, like I said, Marshall, Caitlin Clark, Stewie, how they all do in Martin, how they all perform, especially going out there. I mean, they did play in a rough conference in the Big Ten, and they have fought their way to get to the championship. So this is deserving. I mean, beating UConn, even though UConn, didn't have a full squad. I think they had 8 players. For them to still take on UConn and handle, they've worked their way up. I mean, beating USC with Juju Watkins. So it's going to be really interesting. What's up, Nimar? He says, I have Iowa winning over South Carolina. Okay. Who do you think are going to be your X factors, Nimar? Caitlin Clark, uh, Camilla Cardoza. Who for whichever team or both teams. Let me know who you think. Right now they're going through pregame lineups with Iowa. So you got Kate Martin coming out. You just had a foot. I think that's her name. Stewie, and who's next? It should be Marshall, Gabby Marshall. Yeah, I love me some Gabby Marshall. She could play for me any day. I love players like her. And then, of course, you're going to have Caitlin Clark. And he says, I think Caitlin Clark will be the X factor. Okay. Well, how many points do you think she's going to put up today, Nimar? Or how many points do you think she needs for Iowa to win the championship? Do you think she needs 40 points? Do you think she needs 30, 20? What do you think she's going to do today? So everyone else, talk to me. Let me know what you think about this game. In terms of the play, who do you think your X factors are? Who do you think is going to win? So, but here comes the lineups for South Carolina. Like I said, they got some tall women over there. So, but let's see. Getting ready for their. I think she needs 40 points. Okay. It says a lot. So, it's going to be a big test for her, though. But okay, 40. Nimar has 40 points, and he has Iowa winning. Okay. So let's see. I mean, that's a packed stadium too. I like seeing that. Okay, that's great. I wish I could be there one day. Maybe one day, if my old body allows me to get going. Starting out with Chloe Kitts. She's a forward. She looks like she's about 6'3", 6'4". So she's pretty tall, decent size. And then you have who's next coming off of the bench? Camilla Cardoza. Just left Costco, went home. No problem, bro. You sign in when you get here. Just got to stream and just got to go on. Raven Johnson, definitely. And as you see, you also have sophomores with seniors. So, just let you know how they continue to develop the program year after year. Bree Hall, another junior guard. So it's not just veterans or seniors. It's a mixture. So and last one you have Tahina Pow. That's right, senior guard, good mixture. Born and raised in Iowa, now live in upstate South Carolina. It's a house divided. I bleed black and gold, but Iowa is going to have a tough assignment today. Hoping for a good, clean game. I'm with you, Jake. Definitely looking for a good, clean game. A very competitive game. Lisa Bluter is their head coach, and she's going to shake hands with Coach Staley. But yeah, I'm looking for a clean game. I'm looking for a very competitive game, a fun game, an exciting game, and a matchups of wits. Oh, there's Coach. Okay, she used to coach at Rutgers, played at Iowa. Okay, I forgot she was the associate head coach there at South Carolina. So okay, so it's some mixed feelings for her. I mean, even though she's working for South Carolina, you're going up against your alma mater. So Joetta Law, that's her name. Sorry, but yeah, it's going to be a very interesting and exciting game. So, all right. Hey, Liv Mitchell, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification, and share on all your social media platforms. Who are you rooting for? Look, it looks like you have a black and gold jersey, so I'm going to say you're going with Iowa. Who's your X factor if you're rocking with Iowa or whoever? Just let me know. Let the chat know who you think it's going to be. So, but come on, I'm ready to get this game going. Will South Carolina walk away with perfection, or will Iowa be the giant slayer like they were last year? Will they take down South Carolina? Will Caitlin Clark be able to step up and get her team going and lead them to the championship. But getting ready for the tip off. All right, yeah. Liv says Iowa Hawkeyes. All right, no problem. All right, well, here we go with the tip off. And South Carolina wins the tip. And here we go, moving the ball around to the right wing. You got posting down and take a shot, miss shot. Iowa with the run out, kick out to Stewie, and an open three, and hits. Looks like that was Morton with the open three. Iowa's up 3-0. South Carolina brings the ball down. They're going through their motion offense. Cardozo at the top, kicking over to the right elbow, drive, and there's the shot and miss. Rebound by Caitlin Clark, and she's coming up. Here she is. Kicks right over to Stewie, and she missed the layup. South Carolina bringing it over, left wing, kicking up to the top 3-point line. Powell driving into the free throw, shot and miss. Rebound by Marshall, and kick over to Caitlin Clark, over to the left wing. Ball's being bounced around into the paint. Martin coming around on the drive. There's the shot and in. And Iowa's up now 5-0. South Carolina is bringing the ball up on the left wing. What's up, NYG? Thanks for stopping in, bro. Appreciate you. Great show before. Ball's into Cardozo, and she missed the layup and fight for the rebound. And there we go. Iowa's on the run. There's a layup, and they're up at 7-0 right now. They're making a good run, bouncing out, collapsing in the paint, and ball's kicked around. Cardozo up top. What's good, NYG? So, good job right now. It looks like they're playing sound defense. They're collapsing on Cardozo, 3 around her. She stumbles. I thought it was a foul, but okay, they got it. Kick out to Marshall on the rebound. And there's a shot by Caitlin Clark. She missed it, knocked out of bounds by, looks like, Cardozo. So right now, looks like Iowa's doing a good job making sure they get in front of the South Carolina players and then kicking the ball out so they can get running. So that's the other thing that they're going to be doing, is trying to run as much as possible. Ball's kicked out. And there's a shot by Caitlin Clark, a 3-pointer, and now they're up 10-0. Wow. I wasn't expecting this. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, I did think, Carolina would be able to make plays. There's the fight into the paint, and she kicks it, rebound to Cardozo. Cardozo with the shot, and they're on the board with 10-2. And now they came down. Iowa came down, kicked it around to Clark, and with a 3-point, and looks like we got a foul there. So, Caitlin got, she pushed off a little bit. Hey, but the refs are letting them play today. Looks like that's what they're going to be playing with. So, so she has 3 free throws. She made the first one, so it's 11-2. She made the second, so it's 12-2. And good form, just playing with confidence. Here it is. So Caitlin already has 6 points, and Iowa's up 13-2 over South Carolina. So Iowa's in their man-to-man defense, and Stewie is doing a good job. 3-pointer from Powell, and she hits it. So right now it's 13-5. Caitlin Clark dribbles. She's penetrating. Feed, and she gets the 2-pointer off the backboard. So 15-5. Good job so far in terms of, and there it is. They get the ball down low to Caitlin Clark. to Cardosa, and she just used her height and her size. And there's another three by Iowa. Yeah, they need to settle down to get some stops on defense. And Iowa's just hitting raining threes right now. They're playing with great confidence. They're loose. Really, they don't have anything to lose. Which is why they can be the Dragon Slayer. Pow with the attack into the post. Cardosa right there, out rebounding everyone. Look how much taller she is, fighting, and looks like Kitts with the 2-pointer. So kick out right now to Caitlin Clark, and she's trying to set up Kit on the 3-point, knocked away, and she gets fouled again on a 3-pointer. Wow. South Carolina needs to really settle in defensively. Just get your hands up. You're taller than her. You don't have to stretch into her. If you just jump straight up, if I think her name is Kitts, if she just goes straight up, at least she changes the trajectory of the free throw. Right now it's 18-9, and Clark has 3 shots, 3 free throws again. She just hit the first one, so it's 19-9. What's up, Mitch? Thank you for tapping in. Hit and subscribe, the like button, everyone. Clark is a GOAT for sure. Yeah, Chad, that's what I had said. If she, whether she wins this game or not, but already looks like she has 8 points. She missed the other one, so it's 20-9. But yeah, still she has 8 points. She's almost outscoring South Carolina by herself. All right, so they just did the screen. They got Cardosa fighting and shot up and rebound by Caitlin Clark. She's feeling great pressure by the South Carolina defense. There's the cut. And who's that with the rebound? We got a foul on the play, so but that was a good cut. Like I was talking earlier, with nice Princeton cut, with the high the ball up high over the post at the top of the free throw line, and then you have a back door right there. What's up, Mitch from Chad? So right now, looks like we had players. South Carolina made some changes, brought some reserves in. Cardosa's out, Kidd is out. All right, so South Carolina's with the ball. They're coming up. And Iowa is still in their man-to-man defense. And the ball's rotating around. Deep 3. Offensive rebound by South Carolina. Looks like there was a foul again by Iowa. Hold. And we have a TV timeout. So, wow, man, this is a great game, man. This is a great game. Hey, yeah, child. Lots of jelly cakes. Clap, clap, smack, smack. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, Caitlin Clark already is starting to do her thing already. Let me just make sure she has 8 points. I believe she has 8 points in terms of this game right now. Let me cut off the sleeper. And WNBA, here we go. And they don't give me the box scores. I hate this. I hate when they don't give me the box scores. Come on, people, give me the box score. That's always a good thing to have the box score. But hey, I understand. They do what they need to do. So let's see, NYG. Anymore, I'm rooting for South Carolina slightly, but I just want to see a good game for real. NYG, if you want to jump in, let me know. I'll send you the link, bro. But okay, let me see if we can get a box score here. Stats. Okay, for the Hawkeyes, a Folte, 2 points. Martin 5. Clark has 13 points already. I mean, she has 13 points. And for South Carolina, Pow with 3, Cardosa 4, and Kitts with 2. So that's the makeup right now of the scoring for each team. So 3 who has scored for South Carolina, and 3 for Iowa. So, but right now it looks like it's the Caitlin Clark's. 13 points. 13 points in the first quarter. Because in the winners game they go by quarters, so they don't do by halves like the men's do. But if she's going by quarters, she got 13, man. This is really telling me she can light it. She's going to light it up, man. What is she really going to go for? Is it going to be the 40 that Nimar talked about earlier? Could it be more than that? Can she go for 50 right now? But we'll see. But in the same token, South Carolina is going to make their adjustments. That's the one thing I know about Coach Dawn Staley. I've been watching her since her high school days in Philly and when she was at UVA. Thanks, NYG. That's right. Hit that like button. But Dawn Staley will get those ladies right. She'll get them refocused. And what are they going to do defensively? How are they going to adjust? It's going to be interesting because right now you got to get the ball out of Caitlin Clark's hand. If you can do that, probably have a good opportunity. And she's hitting those threes, man. She's hitting those 3-pointers. So, and that's what it is. 30.3 feet. Wow. That's amazing. So she's eclipsed. She's third in points, first in assists, 3 points made, field goals made. She's first in tournament career rankings, man. And I wonder how far she is off of wing number one in points. If she's third right now and she has 13, how many does she need to get to number 2? How many does she need to get to number 1? That would be interesting. But let's see what happens going from here. So we're getting ready to come back. Shamika Holscore is number 1 with 479. Maya Moore has 476. So, all right, Iowa came out. They're back out, but now that it looks like they're playing are they playing zone? Yeah, it looks like they're going to be in a 2-3 zone right now. So that's what they're in. Number 12 pushes in and good pick and roll and kick out and 2 for South Carolina, 20-11 right now. I might tap in with you later, Coach. Okay, no problem, bro. I got you. So right now, Caitlin Clark with the ball and up and under and no shot. Rebound, South Carolina. Got the ball to the low post, swinging it all back around up to the high post. Got the motion going. Down the lane. There it is. Good offensive rebound. And they got the ball in and 2. So it's now 20-13. Martin with the ball, bringing it up down the lane, kicking it out to, Marshall. And looks like that was Martin who was fouled. South Carolina's, they're also the fouls. They have to play under control. It looks like so far, but they've had 3 fouls so far. Yeah, 3 fouls. So they don't want to get to the point where they're putting them on the line. So 21-13, 3:46 left in the first quarter. And South Carolina, Iowa has 2 fouls, and South Carolina has 3. So Cardoso is back in the game. And South Carolina is bringing the ball up 22-13, 3:40 in the first quarter left. Good screen by Cardoso on Martin. Good penetration and the layup. Ball to Martin. Sorry, that was Marshall. Martin down the lane. Stewie with the kick out to Martin. Down to Stewie. Stewie with into the lane with the open 3. Rebound, South Carolina. And they're on the run, shooting the 3 into the post to Cardoso, kicking it back up top to Young. Cardoso is fighting over to the other post. She's being fronted. There she is, and it's a foul, undercut by shot up and rebound attempt by Cardoso, undercut by Stewie. Sorry. And is that on the floor, or are they going to say it's a shot? So Shout out to the 35 that are in the chat. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Subscribe to Coach Ed's Amazing World of Sports, the Hardcore Network, and Next Shift Randy. And blocked by Stewie with the kick in off of Cardosa out of bounds. Iowa with the rebound. Oh, that was a good seal, but good job by Stewie to block that. Cardosa needed more lift off of that one, but good block. 22-15, still in the first quarter. And you have Caitlin Clark with the penetration. She tried to kick it to Stewie on the drive, but turnover. Right now, the South Carolina up high. Looks like they're in the 2-3 zone, or no, they're in the man. They're in the man. And 3-pointer, and down it goes by number 12 for South Carolina, 22-18. So this is starting to look like more like the game that I thought it was going to be. Good defense by South Carolina. The ball is kicking all over the place. Martin has the ball now, and she's taking it, driving, kicking to Marshall. Marshall kicks and blocked by Cardosa, took it away. And the ball kicked up court. Man, these ladies are really moving, man. Going up and down the court. I'm loving this. I'm loving the action. Loving what I'm seeing. Ball looks like it was out of bounds off of Iowa. South Carolina is setting up. Looks like Iowa's starting out in some type of defense to take away the paint because of Cardosa. And players are being rotated in. Okay, so now that we see who's in the game right now, out of bounds play. And there it is, shot, and ball's in the hoop by number 20. It looks like it. Oh no, sorry, number 5. It's 22-20. South Carolina is on an 11-2 run right now in the last 13 minutes. And there goes Caitlin Clark, and good point, good steal. Oh, good steal by Marshall. Oh, good job. There it is. Kick it out to Caitlin Clark, and she missed the 3-point attempts. So, but good defense right there by Iowa. These ladies out there are grappling, man. You have to clap your hands for them, because give them applause, because they're really out there fighting. They're putting on a great show for us. And there's the steal again by Iowa. South Carolina is driving the paint, and Iowa's doing a good job of playing with hands. There's another foul on South Carolina. Looks like it's on number 23. They put some height onto Caitlin Clark. So that was Hall, looks like. And what she's doing is just face guarding her. Looks like she's come out right now. 2 fouls in the first quarter. So, yeah, she's going to have to sit for a while. 27.4 left in the first quarter. Kicked over to Martin. Caitlin is lined up over Cardosa, and a deep 3 right over Cardosa. Cardoso, 27-20. Iowa, good shot. Good shot. Iowa's doing a good job rotating players, but also taking good shots. Cardosa is fighting hard down low. Shot up from 3 for South Carolina, and it's off the rim, rebound, and that's the end of the first quarter. So coming up in this intermission, it'll be an interview between Coach Bluter for Iowa. But again, what do you guys think so far with this game? Are you really enjoying it? Is it intriguing? I mean, right now, I wasn't expecting it to be to this magnitude where Iowa would be shooting the lights out with 3-pointers like this. I mean, Caitlin Clark has 18, Martin 7, a Folte 3. that's pretty much it. Carolina, Pow Pow 3, Cardoso 4, Kits 2, Fiegels, it looks like 2, don't even know her name, Folwitz 7, Johnson's 2. As you see, South Carolina is spread out. You actually have six players who have scored, while Iowa still has 3 players who have scored. So it's going to continue to be interesting, but this is a game of contrast. And right now, if Caitlin Clark has 18 points, again, do you think she can get 50? I mean, she already has 18. It's for me, I'm not gonna lie. The way she's going, if they continue to play like this, I think she can put a 50 piece up in the championship game, 50 points. So let's see what happens. But again, South Carolina, though, with their bench, like I said it earlier, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a tall task. But if Caitlin Clark is scoring like this, if she can score 40, 50 points, man, what better way to go out? So I'm really enjoying this game, and I hope you guys are too, man. So and thank you for the new subscriber. I really appreciate you for hitting the channel. Going to be bringing out more stuff as we go along. Hope you guys enjoy it. So, but talk to me, everybody. What's your thoughts right now? What's your X factor right now? Right now, it is Caitlin Clark. Her consistently hitting those threes. That's what is the biggest X factor for me so far, because that's what has Iowa, to me, ahead of the game right now by 7. So that's a big factor. So but I'm watching Camila Cardoso. I mean, her size down low. Later in the game, will that come back to be a factor, because she's towering over all the Iowa players. She's just towering over them and just reaching up and grabbing a rebound. So is she going to be able to do that and just get the offensive rebounds? And is that one of the things that South Carolina is going to do? Cardoso go down, crash the boards. Will Coach Staley go with a bigger lineup to crash the board and put more pressure on Iowa? Try and see if you can foul them out. But Iowa on the other side, if they can continue to keep hitting the 3-pointers, man, that's going to keep them in this game big time. So, but hey, Wendy's, yeah, wake up to Wendy's, yeah, woo, love some Wendy's on occasion. But again, they're interviewing Coach Bluter for Iowa, so she's seeking her first national title. But kudos to Iowa, what they're doing offensively and defensively. The 3-pointers also, I think, is opening up the floor for them to attack the paint and force them to collapse and then kick it out to the open 3-point shooters. So, and then, of course, again, Caitlin Clark, what can you say? 30 footers, that's hard to defend. That's really, really hard to defend. So, but really interesting. NYG, I think they're awake. It's just that when you hit those deep threes, bro, it really stresses your defense. And especially when, you have a girl who's 6'7", she really can't come out and defend too much of the high post, because they're just going to shoot over her or drive past her. So, and that's what they're doing. They're taking advantage of her size. And look, she comes out on to Caitlin Clark, and Caitlin just shoots over the top of her. So they're there, but I just think that they need to also capitalize and not turn the ball over. They've had, I think, 4 or 5 turnovers so far. Let me double check that. I'll tell you in 1 second. Let's see. Turnovers, stats. Do they give us turnovers? Turnovers, 1, 2. Looks like they had 3 turnovers, so missed the last action. Sorry about that. So South Carolina has the ball, kicking it into Cardoso. She's drawing 3, 20 from the foul line, shoots, misses. And Caitlin Clark just had the ball stolen from her by Cardoso, jump ball. And it's going to be South Carolina's ball. So Good job by South Carolina there. Caitlin needed to pay attention to her surrounding because she had two people around her. Let them clear. But hey, here we go. South Carolina with the ball. Pow, pow, inbound. It looks like this to Johnson. Taking it over to the right post. Kicking it down to Cardosa. Cardosa has at least two on her. Martin is on pow, pow. And Caitlin Clark lost her man, and 2 points by South Carolina, 27-22. Looks like that's Martin bringing the ball up over Caitlin, and bounce pass, but turned it over. And South Carolina with the run. There we go, kicked it out, and 2 points. So it's 27-24. And Marshall brought the ball up, kicked it over to the right wing. There it is. And, good block. Good block by Cardoso on number 44. Good pass, though, by Caitlin Clark. She had her. She just needed to go up a little bit more aggressively. She looked like she was passive. Ball into Cardoso. Kicked it out. Brought it back in. And hands up and spun. And the ball's in. 20, and she got a foul. So right now she's going to the foul line, see if she can tie the game up. So right now, they showed her block. She recovered quickly. Cardoso spun up. Yeah, there's the foul and one. So good job by Cardoso to draw the foul. And let's see if she can tie the score up right now. She has 6 points, 6 rebounds, 2 blocks. So there she goes, ties the score, and we're now tied at 27. South Carolina right now is on a 7-0 run. Ball is inbounded. And we have it to Caitlin Clark now, right at the half-court line. She's dribbling, penetrating. Got the ball blocked, kicked the ball back out, and three-pointer. And to I can't say her name. Affy. I'm just gonna call her Affy. But good open three. And kicked the ball into Cardoso, pounded it in to the paint, and she's up with a foul. Looks like that foul was that on Caitlin? Okay, they're showing the play where her shot got blocked, kicked it out into the open three. Afforder. Sorry if I messed up her name. So Cardoso with the first free throw, she missed. Still 30-27. Men's final is tomorrow. 2 number ones also. Purdue versus UConn. Big Ten versus the Big East. Cardoso with another missed free throw. Rebound by South Carolina. And balls into the basket. So 29-30. Iowa's up, and looks like we just had a foul on South Carolina on Martin trying to come through the lane. That's their first one. Iowa has 2 in the quarter. 7:40 left in the second quarter. 30-29. Iowa's up over South Carolina. Ball's being bounded underneath. A referee stopped. And there it is. Kicked and balls. Cardoso drove, went to block. Balls rotated out. Drove Cardoso up, and Stewie with the layup. All right, South Carolina brings it up, going through their motion, driving, penetrating. Kicked out to number 12. And there she goes. And she gets her own rebound. Cardoso with another offensive rebound, and she puts the ball in the basket. And it's now 31-32. South Carolina over Iowa. You got Afforder with the ball. Kicked it to Martin. Martin back to Afforder. Kicked over to Caitlin Clark. Caitlin with the pick by Stewie, and foul call on number 25 Johnson. It's a little bit too far up. Shouldn't have tried to foul her up there. Let her have it. I know she's a great 3-point shooter, but you're way above the three-point line. Stewie, back cut to Stewie with another layup. They're pulling Cardoso away, and they're having Stewie come from the backside, which is great offensive play. I like that concept there. But again, to go into Cardoso, Cardoso has 3 around her. Open 3. There it is. Rebound by Miss and rebound by Clark. And Alfredo missed the layup. And there's a drive and blocked by Stewie on number 12. Good job. 34-31, Iowa over South Carolina right now. Stewie, good rotation and good job. That's her second block that she has right now. So she's a good low post defender. All right. So right now it looks like, are they playing a zone? Iowa looks like they're in a zone right now. So here's a deep 3 by number 5, and she hits it, and we're tied up. 34-34. All right. So South Carolina said you're gonna play the play off of us, then we're just going to take the deep 3. So right now we have Clark driving, and they're really reaching in on her, and they got another foul. That's the 3rd foul on South Carolina in this quarter. So Coach Staley doesn't look happy. She doesn't think it was a foul, but that was Johnson for South Carolina that hit the 3. So good job by South Carolina. Caitlin Clark with the deep 3. Miss, rebound by South Carolina. There they go, drive. And what's going on? Is there a foul? Oh, they said he turned over? Okay, no points. Iowa with the basketball. Brought the ball up by Martin. Give it over to Marshall. To F forward to Martin, deep 3, and off of Stewie, the rebound. So ball's turned over to South Carolina, 34-34. They're bringing the ball up. Johnson brings the ball up, calling out the play. Coming down the left side. Got the screen by Cardoso. And there it is. They're high post, doing a high post, high low. And there it is. 2 points. First lead by South Carolina, 34-36. Good block by South Carolina. They're out on the run. There she go. Missed the rebound. Good. I'm sorry. Missed the shot. Rebound by Iowa. And Caitlin Clark missed the layup, and they got the rebound, kicked it back out. Martin has it, kicked it to Stewie. Stewie's over to Affluter. There's the drive, the kick, and the layup by Stewie, and 1. So now they've tied the score. Iowa has tied the score, and they're looking to get the lead back. Timeout on the game. So good job, good game. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. The ups and downs, the ebbs, the mismatch. Each team is doing exactly what they need to do offensively. So it's a really, really great game. If I'm looking at the overall field goal percentage, both at 44%. Iowa is 12 of 27, while South Carolina is 16 of 36. 3-point field goals. Iowa is 56%, 5 of 9. South Carolina is 3 of 7 for 43%. Free throws. Iowa is 7 of 8 for 88%. Iowa is 1 of 3 for 33%. Each team has 3 turnovers. Iowa has 7 assists. South Carolina has 8 assists. In terms of rebounds, Iowa has 12, 2 offensive. South Carolina, 21, 9 offensive. Iowa has 2 blocks. South Carolina has 4. Iowa has 2 steals. South Carolina has 3. Personal fouls 5 to 8 in Iowa has 5, and South Carolina has 8. So as you see, this game is really balanced across the board, man. You know, from the field goal percentage, free throws is to Iowa's advantage. But if you look at the field goals, I mean, 36 shots. They're probably taking most of theirs in the lane, and the offensive rebounding 9-2. I mean, that says a lot right there. So that's where South Carolina is going to try and take advantage of it in the lane. They're going to try and take advantage of Iowa because they don't have the height, and they can crash the paint, and they can get the offensive rebounds and putbacks. They have the size over Iowa. We've seen it. Iowa just has to keep hitting those 3-pointers, man. They have to hit their 3-point shots and those good 2-point shots that are not in the lane. Draw South Carolina out. You have to draw them out. And then, as you're seeing, when they draw them out and they draw Cardoso, then they try and hit them with the backdoor cuts. That's the beautiful thing in terms of their offense. Let me look at their fouls. Do you have personal fouls? Hall has 2. I don't think anybody else has. Oh, yeah. And Watkins has 2. And for the Hawkeyes, let's see. You have O'Grady with 2. Yeah, no one in serious foul trouble. I mean, the most is 2. So, well, if somebody gets 3 right now, then that changes the whole complexity of things. So, but right now, we're getting ready to come back. And Iowa's going to be going to the free throw line. Stewie's going to be going to the free throw line and go see if she can add 1. Scoring today, 16 for the South Carolina starters, 20 for their bench. So that's where they've made that comeback, from their bench points. They didn't realize that. So 20 points there. So that's what they need to do. Keep hitting them with their bench point. Again, as I said before, they have a deep bench. So their bench scores 33.8 points. They're number 2 in Division I. So that's what you have to lead on, your bench scoring, attacking the paint, offensive rebounding against the smaller Iowa team. So Stewie hits the free throw. So Iowa's back up by 1, 37-36. So what are we in? Iowa's back in the zone defense. So right now they have 3 high. They're rolling Cardoso into the paint, and she kicks it out to an open 3, and it's missed. Kitty's back in, and she gets the rebound, rolls, and up with a shot, but there's a foul. So there's a foul on, looks like it's on Afforder. I'm sorry, I keep messing up this poor girl's name. I'm just so bad with it. I'm sorry. All right, but she's out, and looks like Fewback is in. So right now, South Carolina's at the line, shooting 2. First one is up and in, so we are now tied. And look out for the WNBA draft a week from tomorrow, from Monday, April the 15th. There's the other free throw she missed, and looks like Cardoso is going to get a foul over the back. Dawn Staley is ranting about it, but what can you say? And it looks like she did go over the back. And they're in the penalty. So right now Iowa's getting a 1-and-1. So let's see, can Stewie get the free throw? And she gets the first one. So it's 38-37, Iowa. It's going for another one. And that's number 2. So right now they're up on the WNBA draft. They got Clark number 1. Cardoso should be 4. Aaliyah Edwards should be 5. Rika Jacken and Cameron Brink. And there we go. Roll to Cardoso. She missed and had the ball stolen by Martin. There goes Marshall, kicking it over to Caitlin Clark. Caitlin with the dribble, trying to see if she can find anyone. There it is. Who's that? That's Morton. And she got space from Cardosa, and there she goes, putting it in the basket. And that's another 2 points for Iowa. It's 41-37. South Carolina brings it down. Iowa's still in their matchup zone. South Carolina is trying to find the open man. There's the steal and a foul by Johnson of South Carolina. Backside, it was going to be a steal, and Johnson bumped the Iowa defender while she was going for the steal, and she picked up a foul. So foul trouble. You have Watkins, Johnson, and Hall all with 2. So it's starting to get referees are starting to call it a little bit more, a little bit closer now. So Cardosa is out, Johnson is out. Free throws, 11-5. Iowa has hit 10. They're 10 for 11. South Carolina is 2 of 5. So that could be a big factor come later too. All right, ball's in play, giving it to Caitlin Clark. Over to Marshall. Stewie with the drive. And she drove and she missed. She was attacking the middle because Cardosa is not there, but she missed the layup. So they come back down. They're still in their zone. Iowa's kicking it into the low post. Got 2 collapsed. Powell with the ball, kicking it to the open Johnson. There's the shot and the miss. Caitlin Clark has the ball now. She's bringing it up. Stewie. Oh, no foul. Thought that was a foul there. All right, so there's penetration. Powell with the shot. Bang, there you go. And South Carolina is down by 1, 41-40. I'd like to see that other play on Stewie. I thought she fouled her coming down on her. But Caitlin Clark with the shot. And bang, deep 3 by Caitlin Clark. There she goes, putting Iowa back up 44-40. Man, great shot, great movement. Screen, that was a great screen by Stewie. Iowa's back in their 2-3 zone. There it is, collapsing it down. And I don't know who she is, I'm sorry, but scored 2 points by South Carolina. Caitlin Clark had the ball stolen from her. And South Carolina came down, scored, and the score is tied up. Caitlin Clark, she did dribble the ball right in front of her, and Johnson just hit the ball right out of her hand. So I don't know what she was upset about. Iowa brings the ball down, motion offense, swinging it around to Caitlin Clark. She has it. She's trying to penetrate. There she is. Ball was blocked from behind, jump ball. Caitlin's trying to do too much. She's trying to do too much. She should have just kept the penetrating and kicked it over to the outside because there was an open. She had an open player there. Come on, Caitlin. You got to be smart. Stop trying to do too much. Looks like a timeout by South Carolina. I mean, when she penetrated, it was 3 players around her. And she was in the lane, so she needed to kick the ball out to clear it out. So, but hey, good game overall. Tied at 44. Can't argue with it. As a fan, I'm loving everything I'm seeing. Let's see. In terms of score, Caitlin Clark has 21. Martin has 9. Fluter still has 5. No one else has scored for Iowa. And for the Gamecocks, Powell was 6. Cardosa 11, Kitts 5, Fiegel 6, Fulwitz, I guess that's her name, 7, and Johnson with 9. So the biggest thing for South Carolina is 2 things. It's free throw shooting and it's the fouls. Right now, rebounding, South Carolina has 24 rebounds, 10 offensive, while Iowa has 16 rebounds, 3 offensive. Field goal percentage is still 44% for Iowa, 45% for South Carolina. The free throw 3-point shooting, 60% for Iowa, 6 of 10, while South Carolina is 4 of 10 at 40%. Free throws is also a big factor. I spoke about it earlier. Both have 4 turnovers. 11 assists for South Carolina, 7 for Iowa. And that's the game stats right there. So, but NYG said, yeah, she needs to trust her teammates. Yeah, she does. She had an open player to her if she had just looked instead of trying to shoot with 3 defenders around her. When you got 3 around you, that means 2 of your teammates should be open. You just got to find them. So, but again, when you've been used to being the star all game, I get it, but you have to also be smart. And if she did play smart, she would have been able to see the open defender and probably hit a 3 because that's where she was. She was on that wing open in the low 3-point area. So, but again, this is still a great game to me. So I'm loving it. I hope you guys are. Oh, and they're showing the recap from last year with Aaliyah and what Iowa did last year. Yeah, close game, 77-73. So we can only hope for another great game like that too. So, and so far it looks like we're headed that way. I mean, right now it's 44 all. So getting ready for halftime. High energy first half. Aaliyah Boston joins the set. So it's going to be really interesting. A really interesting halftime. I really wonder what she's going to be talking about, Aaliyah Boston, being that she graduated from South Carolina. So where her rooting interests are. But again, we're coming back out. And it's a jump ball. And I thought the possession was Iowa's. Is it Iowa's or South Carolina's? They're showing her dad. Okay, so it's Iowa's ball with the jump. And ball into Stewie. And there's a ball kick over to Martin. And there we go. Nice layup by Martin. So I was up 46-44, 46 seconds and counting. I was still in their zone. They're in there. It looks like a 2-3 zone. Good dribble penetration. And the ball is missed. The rebound to South Carolina. Another offensive rebound. Deep 3. And South Carolina hits the deep 3. So they're up 47-46. So Iowa has the ball. And Caitlin is bringing the ball up right now. About 12 seconds. And again, she had the ball stolen from her. She's very careless with that ball. And it's being stolen by South Carolina because it's right in front of them. And the time ends out. Man, that's 2 terrible steals by Caitlin Clark, just giving it to South Carolina. And South Carolina goes in at the half 49-46. Man, that was big right there. That was big. She really wasn't paying attention and being smart. Anytime the defense is collapsing on her, yeah. And right there, poor offensive set for Caitlin Clark. I mean, they're reaching their hands, and you got to be smart. You have to be smart. You cannot just sit there and just think that you're just going to bring the basketball up and just dribble it right in front of them, and they're not going to reach their hands in. That's exactly what they're going to do. You've seen they've done it several times. So you have to be smart and put your body between the ball and the defender. So hopefully, at halftime, she gets her head on right. The coaches get into her and get her to play a more efficient second half. And start relying on your teammates, man. I know you have 21 points. Morton has 11, so she is giving you certain. Stewie is giving you 9. So you are getting something from some of your teammates, man, but you need to be smart. I'm also surprised Gabby Marshall hasn't scored anything. I'm really looking for her to step up her scoring in the second half. As far as South Carolina, Pal has 9, Cardosa has 11, Johnson with 2, Kitts with 5, Figi, I'm sorry, I don't know her full name, has 6, Fulwitz has 7, and Johnson has 9. So South Carolina is very balanced with their scoring. And their fouls right now, no one has more than 2. So that's going to be to their advantage coming into the second half. So, but again, good game. We're at the half right now, so um, I'm really intrigued. Come on, guys, talk to me. What are your thoughts about what you've seen so far in this game? What do you like? What do you not like? Um, is it too right where you thought? I mean, the key X factors for me were Caitlin Clark and Cardosa. And they both done exactly what they needed to do. I mean, Cardosa with her points, how many rebounds? She has 7 rebounds. I mean, she's 5 of 10 on her field goals. She's 1 of 3 on 3 points, 2 block shots, and she has 1 personal foul. So she's doing what she needs to do to stay in the game right now, especially with those 7 rebounds. Caitlin Clark, like I said, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. She's 6 of 14 from the floor, 4 of 6 from 3-pointer, 5 of 6 from the free throw, but she has 3 turnovers. I mean, that's big right there. Let me see. They have a total of 5. They have a total of 5 turnovers as a team. So they need to do a better job in terms of protecting the ball, because you can't give South Carolina opportunities like that. That's taken away from what you can do, offensively. Those are points that you've lost right there in terms of 5 turnovers. If anything, look, your shots, rebounds, get back and play defense. That's what you need to do. You can't be careless and just give away, opportunities. And then on the defensive end, they need to do a better job of boxing out, trying to get a body on a body and securing a rebound, man. I mean, like I said, South Carolina has a total of 11 offensive rebounds. I mean, I don't have the putback points right now. If I wish I did. But 11 offensive rebounds, that lets you know that they're staying in the game because of that, especially if they have a good percentage of putback points off of that. So Iowa has to do a better job in the second half. South Carolina also, they have to do a better job. When they're attacking the paint, they need to make sure they get the ball into the hole and secure. And they need to do a better job of not fouling. Don't give Iowa, free throw opportunities. That's what they want. What they will not need to do. Cardosa needs to work her size more on the inside. Be physical. South Carolina needs to slow down that Iowa offense and make them exhaust their energy on defense. Force Clark to play both ends of the court. Yeah, you're right. You're so right. Cardosa, though, she is playing big in the paint. South Carolina does come down. They get it to her. She kicks it out. And then on the rebound, I mean, she is fighting for those offensive rebounds. It's just that what Iowa's doing is they're collapsing 3 around her when she gets into the paint. So she does have to do a better job. Let me see how many assists does she have. I don't believe Gamecocks. Cardosa has 2 assists. So and her teammates, when she kicks the ball to you, you got to hit those open shots, because if they're collapsing 3 around her, then you should be having open shots and you should be hitting those open shots. And again, you're at 40% on 45%. They're 5 for 11 on 3-pointers. So you have the opportunity to hit the 3-pointers. To make 3-pointers, you just got to hit them. So Iowa is. I mean, they have 6. They have 6 3-pointers. So, but again, Cardosa, she is using her size at certain opportune times. Iowa's just doing what they need to do, especially with the zone. They're collapsing. They always have at least 2 people around her. So, and that's what they're showing right now. The way that they're playing the high-low, the in-out, the 2-man game, and then, her using her size over the Iowa defenders, because it looks like the next biggest Iowa defender is about 6'4", 6'3". So they really don't have good size in the paint. So, yeah, like NYG said, they need to really be physical in the paint. If you're getting all these offensive rebounds, you need to continue, and you need to also draw more fouls from Iowa, because, again, they're not getting a lot of personal fouls. They have one person with 2, O'Grady with 2, and it looks like they've had O'Grady and Alfie. So they've had a total of 2, 4, 6 fouls that has been called on them all game. 6 fouls, and Iowa has 3 players with 6 fouls. So that's where it is. South Carolina limit the fouling, continue to rebound, attack the paint, draw fouls on Iowa, and for Iowa, rebound, limit their offensive rebounding, and continue to hit your threes, spread the offense, and then also hit them with the backdoor cuts as you've been doing, especially with Stuckey, because she has, I believe she has 9. She has 9 points. So they're getting some semblance of a balance, even though it's from 4 players. They're getting contributions from everyone that's played. They played, looks like 7 players. Yeah, they played 7 players. So, Iowa needs to continue what they're doing, be smart, and Caitlin Clark, don't turn the ball over. Don't turn the ball over. Don't turn the ball over. Caitlin Clark, don't be the reason why your team loses. Let South Carolina earn their win. If they're going to win, let them earn it. They should not. You shouldn't give it to them. So that's it. What's up, Randy?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, bro. What's up?
Okay, good.
Can you hear?
I've been trying to sign in for the last half hour, trying to get my mic to work, and it wasn't working. So I was like, "Oh shit!"
You all right? Everything all right? You all right? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I got you. I hear you perfectly.
Okay, good. Okay. Yes, we're good now.
All right. As for Iowa, thanks for tapping in, man. I really appreciate you. I hope everything's all right with you, though. You feeling good?
Yeah. We're good. Yeah. Just my mic issue. Just the mic.
Okay. As for Iowa, Clark needs to stop playing hero ball and get others involved. That's what makes great players. The ability to elevate your teammates in big games. Yeah, you're right. So, but I've been talking. Go ahead, Randy. Give me your thoughts on the game so far.
Yeah, I saw a stat here really quick just before I popped on, and South Carolina has 22 bench points to Iowa's 0. So at some point, I think Iowa's bench needs to step up and start scoring too, because like NYG said, you got Caitlin Clark, but if they're gonna try to like home in on her, the other girls got to step up too. So it's I would love to be a fly on the wall right now in the dressing room of both parties around to hear what's going on, because on one side you got one coach probably saying, just let's keep our foot on their throat. We got them right now. We got a 3-point lead. Let's just go out there and do our business. And then the other coach is saying, okay, listen, it's a 3-point lead for them, but we're in striking distance. Let's go out there and show them. So
exactly. You're in striking distance, and you got to be smart. Great point in terms of the bench points. I mean, 22-0. That's big.
Yeah,
that's big right there. And that puts more pressures on your starter. And for like Gabby Marshall not to have any points, that's also another big factor. So because she needs to contribute offensively. But great point on the bench point. I mean, looks like they've only played 2 players from the bench. Let me just make sure. Yeah, it looks like it's only been 2 players from the bench that have played. So 7-man rotation. They definitely going to need points from whoever comes from the bench. O'Grady and Feuder. I remember who Feuder is. Yeah, she's number 2, I believe. But yeah, they need to definitely get those points from the bench. Something, some type of points, even if it's 4 points each. That helps out immensely. So but yeah, great point. Great. I like that stat. As far as South Carolina, offensive. I mean, bench points, rebounds, especially offensive rebounds. And they need to limit their fouls. So. That's what I think they need to do in the second half in terms of South Carolina and Iowa. For me, in terms of Iowa, is don't be careless with the turnovers. Keep hitting and taking the 3-point shots, because that's your equalizer, and try and limit what they can do in the paint. If I think if they can do those 3 things, it puts them in good position, to win, because South Carolina has been fouling you, so you're hitting your free throw shots, and your 3-pointers are pretty decent. So, It's just you're getting out rebounded. I
Yes.
mean, that's to me that's the biggest thing. 25-16 overall, 11-3 in offensive versus offensive rebounding. That's a big thing. The blocks I expected 6-2, five steals to 2 for Iowa, and like I said, 10 personal fouls to 6 for Iowa. So right now you got to limit the rebounds, hit your 3-pointers, hit your free throws when you get to the free throw line. I think they'll be fine. And then continue to, like I said, spread them out, pull Cardosa up, and hit him with that backdoor.
Absolutely, because like if she's able to stay down low, she's got you beat. Because then at this point you have to hit your outside shots, because otherwise when you get down low, you're basically giving the ball back to South Carolina.
Exactly, and she's intimidating them. So, and then when she's on offense, yeah, keep doing what she's doing, man, because she's towering. If you can get the offensive and putbacks, simple putbacks, it goes a long way. So. But again, I mean, overall though, I'm really liking the game though. So, nice competitive game. So,
yeah,
so.
couldn't ask for anything better. Like you said, like for example, Iowa 6 of 10 from 3. So Gamecocks 5 of 11. So it's like 45% versus 60. Like you said, free throws 10 of 11 for Iowa, 2 of 5 for the Gamecocks. So it's like these numbers, some of them are pretty glaring. Like you said, especially the offensive rebounds too.
Yeah, that but I mean, I expected Cardosa probably to get a few, but when you see South Carolina and you look at them, they're crashing the board. That's what they want to do. They want to crash that board to get the rebounds, and that's smart. That's smart on their end. Use your height to your advantage. So, but and it'll open up the 3-pointers later on, because again, Iowa has hit 6, they've hit 5, so it's not like a big glaring holes in terms of the 3-pointers. So, so it's still, still a close game. But, the free throws, if they hit their free throws or do better in free throws, maybe you get 2 more points. It's still a close game to me. So,
exactly. And that Chloe Kitts, man, my goodness. I didn't know much about her. Now I do.
Yeah, we all do. I mean, I'm like, she's a sophomore too. Okay. But, yeah, she's, I mean, again, this is a great game. I'm loving what I'm seeing. I'm loving the action, and I'm being introduced to some new women, and, to continue to watch. So, in terms of Kits, yeah, I really didn't know much about her, until this game. So, and then, a little bit more Iowa, because it's Big Ten. So, but hey, it's Big Ten versus SEC, so couldn't ask for anything better. So, and I'm loving, like I said, I'm loving this game. So let me ask you this though, because I asked earlier to start. Okay, whether Caitlin Clark wins this championship or not, would you consider putting her in the Mount Rushmore of women in college basketball?
Whew. I mean, she just surpassed being the greatest scorer in women's history right now. So yeah, when it comes to scoring, I see, like, I know a lot of people put a lot of stock on championships, and rightfully so, because that says that you can lead a team, but also that when push comes to shove, you're that crunch dog that can put a team out. And so far she's hasn't won it big. But like you said, this isn't a game of just one person. This is a game of more than just one female. So for me, I'd honestly, I would say no. I would say no, just because of the championships that other women have won, like Breanna Stewart and them. Like the Mount Rushmore for me would be would start with that, but she would be very close just because of what she's able to do with less.
And see, that's where I said yes, because one of the biggest thing is, no matter what, remember, she's not the all-time leader just in women's, all-time leader in all of college sports. She beat Pete Maravich.
True.
So it's like, look, all right, she did beat something. There's not many men who reached Pete Maravich's level. So it's like she already has. So it's like, yeah, she's there, but I understand about the winning. Everybody puts winning championships, at your greatness, and it's like,
That isn't always everything.
Yeah,
right?
it isn't always everything. But yeah, I'm sitting here thinking about it when you said, yeah, Brianna Stewart, Maya Moore,
Yes.
Diana Taurasi, Sue
Rossi,
Bird,
Uber.
Rebecca Lecco, Lisa Leslie. I'm like, wait a minute. But yeah, I mean, but then again, she has the scoring. And there's
Yes.
the shot, and it's up, and rebound by Iowa by my girl Marshall. I'm sorry, I love Marshall. I love Gabby Marshall. I really do.
Yeah. Fiery little thing.
So there it is, kicked over. Who's that to Martin? Stewie with the three, ooh, Stewie with the screen, but missed shot by who was that? Was that Caitlin?
Martin.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
okay.
Martin. That was
Oh, that
Martin.
was Martin. Okay. And there it is to Kits, and nice shot and layup, and they're up by 5 now. So 46-51. And there is good defense, kicking it over to Martin at the top, Stewie at the right wing, Martin with this shot, and she missed. And it's nothing but Gamecocks down low. And here they come. Are they in the zone? No, they're in the man-to-man. Kick it over to Kits. She took a step in. Whoa, already. There we go.
Yep.
South Carolina is up, so can't just give it a shot. Now, oh man, she missed the open three. And South Carolina is on a 9-0 run since the end of the second quarter. Starting to set everything up in their man-to-man defense. Motion opening up the lane. Pow with the balls.
Oh.
Kits with the and it goes in, and now South Carolina is up by 9, and trying to kick the ball. Who's that? To Martin? What happened?
Timeout.
Oh man!
She hit the 3 too. Like
yes, I'm like, oh damn! I thought it was a foul or something. I was like, did I miss it? But yeah,
no, or Coach Eister. Coach Eister.
Yeah, Kits with the nice
That's
form
too. She's got some good form too.
Yeah. So, but yeah, there you go. They're up by 9 now. And this is what you get afraid of. Hold on a minute. Here, NYG put something out. But she's not a two-way player, in my opinion. She's a great scorer, but overall, I don't know. I'd probably say no, but then again, I'm not an expert on the entire history. No, I mean, look, the reason why I say yes and only yes is because she beat Pete Maravich. And that's the thing. But now I'm sitting here and thinking about it. I just rattled off some names of women in sports. Heck, I didn't even put in Cheryl Miller.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Teaspoon when she was at Louisiana Tech. I mean, my heart would be Sue Wicks, but she was great for Rutgers, but then again, she wasn't. Heck, even Dawn Stanley when she was at Virginia, she was elite.
Just the coach herself, yeah, exactly.
Now I'm starting to talk myself down off of that ledge now.
Maybe, and I'm not as well versed with the women as you are, but like just the women I do know, that's why. But like I do give her kudos to the fact that what she did, but also was it the 3-point line not a thing when Pete Maravich was in the NBA in college? So there you go. There's also that as well. So
there were times too that you couldn't even dunk in college basketball, and that they took away a lot of points for guys who dunked the basketball. But getting back to the women, there's been so many women that maybe I'm jumping the gun a little bit too much, and I'm too much on the Caitlin Clark bandwagon, but. I still, you haven't seen anybody score like her in the women's game. But NYG said she's not a two-way player, and I know Cheryl Miller scored 105. Lisa Leslie, Cheryl Miller scored 105. Was it 100 or 103?
That's still,
and Lisa Leslie scored over 100 points in high school. Hell, even Epiphany Prince did in New York, but that's another story. But Damn, dude, I even forgot what's her name who played at Tennessee. Damn, all the
Oh,
people that played at
she's on the
Tennessee.
broadcast all the time too.
Yeah,
Gosh.
no, Shamika Holesclaw. I'm talking about, and then what's her name who was with Indiana? Yeah, I'm. You know what? I have to back off. I have to back off, and I have to go back, and I have to really think about it. I mean,
Like
it,
praise to her for what she's done, but like we said, right? Like you just rattled off 12 names before you even started to realize. So it's like
yeah.
you said, like, as you get deep into the record books, it's like, oh, Mount Rushmore. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're right. You guys are right. I'm wrong. I was wrong. I backed off. She can't do it by herself today, though. Yeah, no. But I mean, she's still a great player. But yeah, and this right now is the defining moment. This right here.
Martin tries, nice pass, wide open, and a falter misses the three.
Okay, a falter. Thank you, bro. I keep screwing her name.
It's a hard one, man. There's a time where I'm like, I have to Google Translate it to learn it a little bit.
Yeah, so go ahead. No, go ahead. Get the call because you're ahead of me. You're ahead of me, so that's fair.
I just don't know many of the girls' names on South Carolina, so that's my problem. But they just turned the ball over. They tried to throw it down low to Cardoso, and she threw it over her head. Number 0.
Pow, yeah.
Pow? Okay.
Yeah. Palpo's and Johnson is 25, I believe. I don't know who's 23 is yet. I think she was a reserve girl, but what she's doing, yeah, she played good defense.
Finally, Clark gets down low and she's able to get the shot in. 48-55. She's got 23 points, 7 of 16. Gamecocks come down the court quickly. They get it down low to Cardoso, and she gets fouled by Stokely and will be heading to the line to shoot 2. Her hair too, man. I love the color. Like,
yeah, no, but into South Carolina, so and I'm not mad at her. So,
and like her coach said too. She was like, Dawn Staley said, if you want to come here and you want to average 25 points a game and become a star, there's other schools for that. If you want to come here and win a champion, all means come here and support your girls and play a team game. We'll win a championship. And look, she's been right. Like 37-0. Like, my gosh.
Definitely. She's definitely a great player. And she's missing free throws.
Yep. And out of bounds off of them, and they Iowa tried to force it up the court quickly to Stokely, and she was able to throw it off the defender before he went.
That was smart. That was smart. Get her up there quickly so she doesn't have to defend with the side. So, and I like that thought.
Oh, they get Clark down low in the paint. She steps back, 3, and she misses. Gets the rebound.
Okay.
25. Who is 25? That's Johnson.
Johnson, yeah. 23 is the other one. I don't know who her name is.
She's guarded by Marshall. She kicks down low to Kitts. Kitts. She drives. She gets fouled, and they're going to say it's a charge on Kitts. Nice. Nice defense. That's her second.
Yeah. Good defense, but yeah, she is cute.
She came in right. Smart girl. Both feet planted, hands up in the air.
That's the charge.
Here's Clark. She kicks it over to Martin. Martin, she gets into the paint. Now she's guarded by you-know-who, the big Cardoso. She brings her out to the top of the key. Gives it to Clark. Clark kicks it over to Gabby. Wide open in the corner. And she hits it.
Bang, my baby girl. There she goes. And I like how they're opening up the paint. They're bringing Cardoso up to the high post. So
yep. And Johnson, she says, none of that. And she answers back with a shot of her own and gets it 57-51.
Okay, there we go.
Here's Clark. Clark doing the same thing again. She gets down low, and she thought she was fouled, and she missed the shot, and she's complaining to the ref. Just get back there, girl. Johnson's running guard, point guard. Here she goes. Oof, a lot of room. If she wanted to hit a 3, she could. Gabby gets up on her. Now Clark's guarding her. Can't see her. They give it back to her. Here's Pow. She drives. Kicks it wide open to Johnson. Top key 3. Oh, in and out. Rebounded by Clark. She goes flying up the court. Kicks it to Stokely in the paint, and she gets the layup. And just like that, it's 53.
There it is. That's what I'm talking about. Get the paint. Don't get it. Even as a trailer. Yep. Cardoso is not paying attention. So But yeah, this zone, I think it's
What the hell was that, Caruso?
yeah,
What
really.
the heck was that? Right off the
Just
front of the
turn and
ring.
shoot. You were open.
Iowa ball.
You know what that's telling me though? Cardoso doesn't have a jump shot.
Ooh.
If you turn around and you were like that, you should have been shooting that.
Or even a jump hook or something, like a push
a
shot.
push hook or something. Even if you take a dribble to set yourself. But yeah, man, that leaves me wondering: does she have a shot? So right now, let's see on the points. Let's see, Pow 11, Cardosa still 11, Hall 2, Johnson 2, Kitts 9, I don't know, Fiegel 6, Fulwitz 7, Johnson 9. The other it's 2 Johnson, T Johnson and R Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay.
5 and 25.
Yeah. Okay, it's 5 and 25. Okay. And then for Gabby with 3, Alforter with 5, Martin with 11, Clark with 23, Stuckey with 11.
Okay, so now they're starting to spread it out a little bit, like we said they would.
Yeah. And what's up, Coach? Thanks for popping in. Just saying hi, blessings, Coach and panel. I don't. No, that's fine, man. I mean, I don't know plays per se, but I understand a little bit of the game, and I just love it. And I especially love the women's game. So, sorry, I've been following women's basketball since I was in high school because my high school had a real good women's basketball team. So, I just been following ever since. So, but hey, and the women, some of the women are beautiful. So, I mean, it helps. It helps to watch that too. So,
exactly.
So. But again, still a good game, 4-point game. I'm loving it. It's not a blowout. You know that's the only thing that I was concerned with. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was concerned with a blowout because I said earlier I could see South Carolina winning by 15, 20 points. But but something like this, I like it. I really like it. It's good. It's perfect. Going back and forth. Whoever wins, fine. I just want a good game. That's ultimately what I want. I want a good competitive game. And in the end, referees let the players decide the game. Okay?
Yes.
I mean, we could talk about that UConn Iowa game at depth, but just let the players decide the game. And you started for the most part, and then you started picking up the foul calls. And let me see, nobody has more than 2. Yeah, still 2 and 2 in South Carolina. Does anybody have 3? No.
Yeah,
no.
East Coast Gridiron. When it comes to the female game, I'm not really highly versed in it, but like Coach, I'm just starting to learn, but he's well versed in it and well knowledge in it, so I'm just like to hop on with him and basically pick his brain and learn as we go. But I'm a huge Caitlin Clark fan, so been following her for the past 2 years. So
what's that stake? The 10th undefeated champion, fifth program with 3 national titles, championship in the last 3 seasons. Okay, second champion. Okay. And by the way, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, notification, and share on all your platforms. And keep in mind, on the 15th, I'll actually be streaming the WNBA draft. So I'll be looking for that, and hopefully, Randy, you'll be with me, and we'll be able to see the women of the future where they're going to be. And Caitlin Clark. Okay. I'll wait for it.
She just missed the layup, Stokey. Otherwise, she could have cut it to a 2-point lead. But South Carolina gets the ball with 4 minutes left in the third, 59-55. They kick it to Johnson. Johnson shoots a 3, and she nails it. 62-55. Just like that, put a little distance between themselves. Here's Caitlin Clark bringing the ball up. She's guarded by the other Johnson. Number 25. She's got her hand in her face saying, nah, you're not seeing nothing. Clark, she drives. Ball knocked away, but it's picked up by Stokely. Give it back to Clark. She gives it back to Stokely. Marshall, a corner 3, and she can't get it. And it's rebounded by the Cocks. I was waiting to get that in.
Yes, I know. You ain't getting no pause from me, so don't worry about it.
Right.
All right, man.
Oh, and Marshall comes up with a steal. Iowa gets the ball.
Man, Caitlin is very sloppy
Caitlin, deep
today.
three. She misses. Johnson with the rebound. She gives it to her other fellow Johnson.
Johnson and Johnson.
They should honestly get them as a sponsor, as a Neil sponsor.
Yes. Okay.
Johnson gives it to Johnson. Gives it back to Johnson. They're trying to get it down low, but Iowa's doing a great job denying them. Good perimeter D, but they kick it out. And Hall with the deep three, 65-55. Oh, a Folter goes into the paint. She tries to drive and throw the ball up, but is that a jump ball? No, they're going to say South Carolina ball. They are able to kind of stop her. I don't know what the hell happened there. Did they just grab the ball? Did she lose it?
Coming up on it. I'll tell you in a second.
Run by South Carolina in the last minute and 56. See, that's the thing about South Carolina. They go on runs. They go on big runs.
No, it was the jump ball.
Oh, it was a jump ball? Okay.
Yeah. I watched the black official. She said jump ball.
Johnson guarded by Clark. She brings her up to the top of the key. She kicks it back to Johnson. Johnson in the paint. She goes with the layup, and she misses it. It's going to be off the Gamecocks, and it's going to be Iowa ball. 1:59 left in the third. 10 minutes.
South Carolina, I think it's third quarter. I think third quarter has usually been South Carolina's quarter. They usually go on a big run.
That's their niche, hey? The third?
I think it's the third quarter, too.
Martin gives it to Marshall. Marshall, top key to Folter. Folter looking to try to give it to somebody who's open. It's Martin. Martin corners their side three. It's blocked by Johnson, but Martin gets the ball. She drives into the paint, and she's fouled. Wow.
See, that's the thing that they haven't been doing in the third quarter. It's fouling a lot in South Carolina.
First half, her third foul.
Finally, somebody with three. So there it is. There's the motion. Like you said, Martin with the block, with shot blocked.
And Codorso is coming back in. They're taking her out now.
Yeah, Cardoso is a big factor. So her size is just, Ashlyn is just.
Martin makes her first one. She's got 12 points. She's 3 of 3 from the line. And she nails the second, 56-65 or 57-65. Johnson, she's looking for a screen. She gets a beautiful screen. They get the ball down low. Cardoso she thought she was fouled, but I don't know if there was a foul or maybe a block, but otherwise, Iowa gets the ball. They quickly bring it up. Here's Martin. She has it. She drives in the paint. Turn around, jump, spin jumper. Missed.
Did Cardoso intimidate? That's the question, because right now, it looks like Cardoso intimidates everything.
Oh, and Johnson with another huge three, 68-57. Tessa Johnson, 3 of 5 from 3, 15 points. Timeout. 68-57. Whoa. Here we go. Better stop the bleeding, Iowa.
That was a good spin around. She should have just hit that shot. Yeah.
Yeah. And see how as soon as they got the rebound, they're quickly up the court. Boom. Gets the Johnson side three. Boom. Nails it.
That's the biggest lead in the game, too, for South Carolina. Yeah, 11 points is the biggest lead, right? Yeah, so since the start of the game. So, and they're really starting to stretch it now. So Iowa has to do something. Oh, that was Darius Rucker. Okay.
Is that who they keep showing? I was wondering who that guy
was. Yeah, he's South Carolina. He graduated from South Carolina.
Okay,
so he's a big South Carolina fan. So, but yeah, Iowa they have to start getting their shots in first and foremost, because if they keep missing shots like this, it's going to be a long night. It's just going to keep getting deeper and deeper. And then, like you said, you're going to need bench points, because they're getting. South Carolina's getting points not only from their starters but their bench, and they're getting, and you see it right now. They're like sharks right now. They're smelling blood.
Yep.
So
0 field goals in the last 3 minutes and 55 seconds for Iowa.
Well, she's a freshman, Tessa Johnson.
But no, they get one now. There you go. Nice down low play by Sydney Falter. She gets the layup, 59-68. She's got 7 points. She's 3 of 7 tonight.
That Johnson girl's from Minnesota too.
Yeah, 6'1" too.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. It's just a good reach that they could go to Minnesota. Go ahead.
3-second rule. Oh, they got her in the paint, South Carolina. So it's Iowa ball with 28.2 seconds. 6 turnovers for Iowa, 9 for South Carolina. Here comes Clark slowly and methodically up the court.
All right,
Johnson's got her in her face. She's not giving her nothing. It's like a gnat at the barbecue, just bugging the shit out of you. Here's Clark. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6. Clark looking for a screen. She gets by one. Step back 3. Top of the key. Off the front of the rim. And it bounces out of bounds with 0.2 seconds left.
Let me see what she's shooting right now then.
They're going to say Iowa ball. It's going to have to be a tip. They're going to have to be like a passing tip. Here's Clark. She's going to inbound the ball. Lob up. And no, Grady couldn't get the shot off in time. So that's going to be into the third quarter with Iowa 59. The South Carolina Gamecocks 68.
All right, so Caitlin Clark now is shooting 8 of 21. 4-10 from 3-pointers, 25 points. Yeah, she is pressing. She's really pressing hard now in the second half. And she's not getting the free throws like she was in the first half. She was 5 of 6 in the first half, nothing now. So
especially 18 points in the first quarter. Basically, that's all she's had since then is what, 7 points?
7 points, man. And that's the thing. I mean, now, did I expect South Carolina to make some adjustments? Yes. Always expect that. But I still expected her to get her points. And she's not. You know, she's had 4 points since in the third quarter. Martin and Stuckey is the one that's really has stepped up to in the scoring aspect. So it's just, surprising to me. What's up, Victor? Thanks for tapping in, man. I really appreciate you coming in.
What's up, Big D?
Make sure you hit the like button for my man Next Shift Randy, the Hardcore Network, Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports, and hit the notification and share on all your platforms, man. Really appreciate it. So
yeah, Vic's a good guy. He's always in the chat, help and sharing out. Good guy, love him. Yeah, we're doing good.
Having a great day, man. Watching his games coming down to the last quarter now. So I mean, this is what I think is 10 minutes. So this is what it all boils down to. We've been watching this all year for the most part, some of us, and been getting our fill of Caitlin Clark, and now it's money time. Caitlin, you got to step up. Iowa, you got to put a hold on them, especially. Let me see, what's their rebounding? Iowa 36-21, 12-4 on the offensive. So they only got one offensive in the third quarter, but they're still pulling away. They're plus 15 in the rebounds. So they Iowa has to do something to get some rebounds, especially on the offensive glass. Trying to get a rebound and kick out, so this way you can get some open shots. So because right now South Carolina, just what are they doing? They're owning the paint. They're owning the paint.
Yep.
So.
And for myself, I think for Iowa, I think they got to do. I think they got to go back to what actually worked and what worked a couple games ago. And I know this is the South Carolina team; they got better, longer defenders, but a lot of double high screens for Caitlin so that they can run into those and she can get her quick threes off because she's going to catch fire. She's been proven to do it many times before, and if her team needs her, she's going to show up. So I feel like if this is it, this is the quarter that has to happen. Those are the plays that need to happen.
Those not hitting those 3 points is also forcing South Carolina to congest the paint. So you want to pull them out. So this way, and the other thing is Stokely. they were also getting her back with backside cuts, and she
Mm,
was getting it. Yeah, I forgot about Texas. Texas used to have some good ones. Of course, UConn. We know all about UConn. Yeah. So, but yeah, they got to do something to bring Cardosa out of the paint and all their bigs to
yeah.
pull them out of the paint, so this way you can get some easier shots and then attack it to get to the free throw line, because they're not attacking the paint like they did in the first half. So it must have been a niece or something who made that necklace for her. I ain't mad at you. I do the same thing.
Yeah, good for her too. I love the jacket as well.
Yeah, definitely, man. So she her flash and her pizzazz is different from Kim Mulkey down at LSU.
Her
Some,
attitude even.
yeah, but it's just when she dresses, Kim Mulkey's is just sometimes it's like, I get it, I get the personality. But
Yeah.
sometimes it's like, whoa,
Brighter than a flamingo. Like,
yeah, really. There you go. There you go. It's like sometimes I'm like, oh, whoa, coach, come on now. But
like, damn, you want the players to be playing on the court, not staring at you. Like, like, come on, you're brighter than the stars.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I used to have a big crush on Dawn Staley when she was at Virginia.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, but I doubt if she's interested in me. I'll just think like that.
They're talking exactly. We were just saying Clark had 18 points in the first, but since then only 7 points. But what did they do just coming out of the break? They went to the girl Stokely, like we just said, got her involved down low, so she was fouled. She's going to the line to shoot too.
There you go. That's exactly what you got to do. Attack them and get them in foul trouble.
Yep. But she's got to hit her free throws too.
Yeah.
She missed the first. Stokely here to set the second, and she missed both.
Oh, she normally hits her free throws.
Yeah.
You got the freebies are those you can't miss, man.
Exactly.
That puts more pressure on you.
Offer falls over, and Johnson is able to pull up into the paint and nail a 2-point shot. 70 for the South Carolina, 59 for Iowa. Tessa Johnson, 17 points, 7 to 10. It's her career high right now. Here's Clark. She goes around the screen. She drives into the paint. She tried to get a whistle, but she still made the shot. 61-70.
Ooh. Oh, I see what you mean by where she falls. She got ankle broke.
Yeah, like she just kind of. Here's Clark up the court quick. South Carolina scoring just after that, 72-61. Clark drives. Oh, they're gonna say foul on top. Is that Tessa's second? No.
Wow.
Raven Johnson? Is that her name? Raven Johnson, 25?
I think so.
Yeah, she just got her second. By the ball to Clark. Clark. I think they want to try to get something with Marshall. They give to Stokely. Stokely drives. It's a kickball. It was going to be a bounce pass to Marshall, but kickball. 20 seconds on the shot clock. 8:30 remaining in the fourth quarter. This is it, folks. Second half field goal percentage. 33% for Iowa, 67% for South Carolina. Ooh. Kids fall over? Sorry. Everyone's falling. Iowa's not able to get the shot. They get it to my girl, Kits. She can't get the rebound. Godorso with the rebound, and she puts it back, 74-61. Camilla, 13 points, 12 rebounds.
Shout out to the 30 that are in tuned in to watching. Really appreciate you guys. Just make sure you guys hit the like button.
What a pass from Caitlin Clark. What a dime. But they went right to a replay, so I couldn't catch who it was that was fouled.
Yeah, see, they're just crashing the board with their bigs.
Martin to the line to shoot too. They got to make their free throws here. Come on, Martin. She's been pretty good today too. And she missed the first. I just jinxed her. Oh, my God. Oh, no.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You're missing the rebound. I mean, the free throws. Those are freebies. I mean, they got size. And they're chipping away at the inside. That's all they're doing. They're attacking the paint.
She nails her second, so 62-74. It's a 12-point game. They get it down low to Caruso. She bullies it, can't get it. The rebound kits, and she puts it home. O'Grady was kind of giving Caruso a little trouble back there, but they don't have anybody besides her with size.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think you got Stukely out. Yeah.
A Fulter drives and she misses a shot, but she's fouled, so she'll be going to the line.
See, there we go. We're attacking and getting.
Oh, what's her name's coming back in? Watkins, and Caruso is coming out. Come on, Offer. You gotta nail these. She gets the first, 63. It's a 13-point game. You miss this. Get the rebound. She nails both. 64.
All right, 12 points. 12 points. That's the beauty of Dawn, man. The way she just pulls her players to the side.
Yeah, gives them the coaching they need. Johnson drives and tries to get the jump hook to go, and they can't. Clark with the quick outlet pass, but who is she?
What's the number?
Full Willie?
Yeah, that's the one. I kept messing up her name too.
She just jumped in the air, had mad hops, and knocked it out of the way. Otherwise, Fulter had a clear layup. Great defense. She got back quick too. Here's Gabby Marshall. Gets it top to Fulter. They're trying to get it to Clark off the screen, but she got covered quick. Clark, step back three, nails it, laces.
It's about time. Yeah, NYG.
A Fulter with the block on Watkins. Here's Martin. She gives it to Clark. Clark, deep three. Oh, in and out, but rebounded by Marshall. Marshall puts up a three. She nails the three.
Here goes my baby.
Just like that, it's 70-76. 8-0 run by the Iowa Gamecocks.
And what's happening now? They're just starting to hit their shots.
Yep.
And that's what they needed. That and the free throws. I mean, it'd be a different ball game.
Kick out to Hall. She misses. A Fulter has the ball. She's trying to get up the court, and the two defenders steal the ball from her. Great defense by South Carolina. They bring the ball up. They try to slow down a little bit to get themselves in the, set. Watkins gets it down low to Johnson. Johnson goes up, and she's fouled. I think it might be on Clark or Sydney. 5:58 left in the game, folks. 76-70. Iowa down by 6.
The steal was just so. That steal was just so tough, man.
Ooh, was that all ball, or did she get her hand there? You'll be able to see the replay. Tessa Johnson nails the first free throw, 77-70.
Let me see there.
Every point from this point on from Tessa will be a career high. And just like that, she nails the second, 78-70. Oh, they had enough of that. Caruso back in.
Oh my God. On her elbow. She got her on the elbow first. Not Clark, not Caitlin.
Not Caitlin. A Fulter.
Yeah.
So bench points, 0 for Iowa, 36 for South Carolina.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
That's big.
And Caitlin misses the short bunny, rebounded by South Carolina. Here's Johnson. She drives, step back, tries to get down low to Watkins. Watkins covered, kicks it out to the other Johnson. Gives it back to Tessa. Tessa down low to Caruso. She's doubled. She kicks the top key for Johnson, and in and out three, but rebounded by South Carolina. And they're going to say travel on Cardoso. She couldn't keep her pivot foot pivoted. Dawn's bouncing. Dawn's shaking her head. She's like, nah. Here's Caitlin. Caitlin kicks it over to Martin. Martin goes around the screen of Gabby. She kicks it down to Gabby, and it's knocked out of bounds. It's going to be Iowa ball. Little give and go with her power forward / center there.
I don't see how she traveled either.
Yeah, what? That should have been anything, a jump ball, I think.
Yeah.
Gabby Marshall on Gordoso for jump ball. Oh, nice inbound pass from Clark to Martin for the cut and the basket. 72-78. Kate Martin, 16 points. 5 of 12.
Yeah. That should have been a jump ball. Okay.
You give it to Watkins. Or that's Hall, sorry. Hall's 23. To Johnson. She steps inside of the three. She misses. But it's going to be a foul on Martin on the rebound by the Gamecocks. And we go to commercial break. Just like me, I'll be right back. I got to pee.
All right. Man, this has still been a great game. I mean, I'm really appreciating, I'm loving it. The way these girls are fighting. I'm just loving it. Everything about it. No matter what, no matter who you like, this is just a great game overall. So, players, big time players stepping up, doing what they need to do, and trying to help their team win. Caitlin Clark with 30. Martin with 16. Stukely with 11. A photo 9. Marshall 6. And then Pow 11. Cardoso 13. Hall 5. R. Johnson 2. Kits 11. Fee goes 6. Watkins 2. Fulwitz 9. T. Johnson 19. I mean, the balance scoring, especially coming from the bench there, because that's really what it is. It's Johnson with 19 points. Johnson and her 19 points is really the biggest factor. And right now, she's probably, if it doesn't go to Caitlin, it probably goes to her. Well, Cardoso has 13 rebounds, so 13 and 13. So, but if it wasn't for Johnson, though, the bench points would not be what it is. 19, She's leading the team in scoring. Yeah, she or Cardoso, you could argue, might be MVP.
And that's the great thing about this too, Coach, is the fact that you just don't know who's going to step up. Somebody might that you'd never expected, and it just so happens that somebody from the bench is stepping up big for them.
Exactly. So, and like I said, Tessa Johnson for Iowa, no bench points, man. I mean, that 6 bench points, it has a tie game.
Yeah, just that alone.
That's a killer, man. 30-something to nothing.
That tells you too how tired are the starters right now, because you're not getting nothing from anybody else. So the other buddy that's coming off the bench, what are they just bodying? They're just there to.
They're playing only 7 guys so far, and right now they're down to 6 because Fewer hasn't come back in. Whatever her name is, I can't say her name.
Feuerbach.
Yeah, Feuerbach. I haven't seen her back in, and I haven't seen anybody else on this roster that they have. So they've only played 7 players, 6 for the most part. So
yeah,
that's and you're relying on heavily on Caitlin Clark with her 30 points. So
last season, the 36-1 record. They lost to Iowa. 5 players were selected in the WNBA draft. 37-0 record this year. Last undefeated champions was UConn in 2016.
Well,
so it's been a minute.
South Carolina is definitely building. It definitely has that dynasty.
And he says, Iowa too dependent on Caitlin Clark to save them.
Yeah, but they don't have anything else. That's the problem. I just went down South Carolina, and they have a boatload of players who can take over. You got a player off the bench leading your team right now with 19 points.
Bree Hall gets the shot, 80-72. She has all her points in the second half, 7 points. Oh, Caitlin almost throws the ball away. Gabby saves it. Fulter brings the ball up the court, gets the basket and is fouled and won. 74-80. Still a 6-point game. 4:13 remaining. But you got to make your free throws, ladies. You got to make the freebie.
Well,
like
that's
Coach
the other
said,
thing
they're
too.
giving them to you, take them. Nice push jump shot. Love it. Aim for the box, baby. And she nails her free throw. It's a 5-point game. Sydney Fulter, 12 points, 4 of 8. Might have to be a Fulter at the tail end here if Clark can't make her shots because she's being able to get in the paint at will, even considering she's a smaller guard.
Exactly.
Johnson, 3. She misses. Rebounded by Caitlin Clark.
I mean, I was small overall anyway, so.
Raven Johnson only 2 points today, 1 of 10 for South Carolina. Here's Clark. She's trying to get a deep 3. She gives it over to Marshall in the corner. Marshall brings it out. Gives it to Martin. She's got 10 seconds to shoot. She drives. And they're going to say no basket, travel by Martin. Martin's beside herself. She can't believe it. Can't turn it over, ladies. 8 turnovers for Iowa, 11 for South Carolina. Here's Popo. She kicks it to Johnson. Fulter's on her. Gives it to Poe, top of the key. She's guarded by Marshall. She's trying to get rid of her. She can't. And Marshall fouls her. So if you're going to the line, 3 minutes left. Yeah, see, that's right. They're talking about how interesting how O'Grady's getting a little bit more time over Stokely, maybe because of the more size and a little bit more meat, to handle Cardoso a little bit. Obviously, she won't have the height, but maybe she can still box her out.
Yeah, that's a good adjustment right there. I mean, especially if she has a side and Cardoso hasn't been eaten per se in the paint.
True.
There's a foul. I see it.
Tihina Popo misses her first, but nails her second. It's a 6-point game, 75-81. Clark almost loses the ball. Martin picks it up. They get it to O'Grady in the paint and blocked by Cardoso. Here, Camila Cardoso, 3 blocks, 13 rebounds, 13 points. 2:40 to go, folks. Here's Johnson. She drives, pulls up, jumper in the paint. Cardoso gets the rebound, and she puts it back. 83-75. Clark quickly brings the ball up. Deep 3 by Clark. She can't get it. Rebounded by the South Carolina Johnson.
She's pressing too much.
Damn it. That was a deep one, too. And South Carolina's going to eat the clock now.
That's why you don't do that.
Excuse me. Exactly. And Johnson gets fouled by Clark. They had a foul to give, though.
Yeah, you had Johnson right there in front of you. Don't take that shot.
She outpowered a Falter to get that rebound. Cardoso, she was like, no, you're not taking this from me. Inbounded to Johnson. They give it to Pau. She's just going to eat as much clock as she can. She gives it to Tessa.
Bless you.
Thank you. Cardoso comes out to the top of the key. They give it to Pau for a deep 3, and she misses. Oh, and Stokely's in, and she hits the floor. And I think they're going to call a foul on Iowa. And South Carolina's going to the line, folks. This could be it.
Camilla Dose, number 4 in the drive. Okay.
Is Martin on the foul? Kate Martin, 16 points, but she's one foul from being done for the night. Watkins to the line for South Carolina.
What was that foul on?
They're saying her box out was her free hand. She was trying to grab her with it, the one we can't see. They're saying that's where
I
that's
see
where.
it. Yeah, now I see it now.
South Carolina is 5 for 12 from the free throw strike, where Iowa is 16 of 20. She hits the second. It's now 75-84. Clark drives, throws up a Hail Mary shot, and it misses. This might be
she's just coming down shooting, jacking up shots, man.
Yeah, looking for fouls too, trying to force it.
Yeah. That means when players do that, it just really frustrates me.
And Clark has to foul Johnson with 1:26 left in the game. Raven Johnson's on the season, 62% free throw shooter. She misses her first. She nails the second. It's 85-75, 10-point game with 1:25 left. Clark brings the ball up the court, gives it to Martin. Martin, she drives, throws up a Hail Mary strike and can't get the shot, and Cardoso gets the rebound.
And
then they go full court press. They can't get the ball, Iowa. And Martin has to foul. 107 left. I think the Gamecocks just won this game. Notable records broken by Kate and Clark this year. D1 career points, Pete Maravich. Women's D1 single season points, Kelsey Plum. Women's D1 career 3-point, Taylor Robinson. D1 single season 3-points, Stephen Curry and Darius McGee. Those are all the people she beat. But in a big game like this, like you were saying, Coach, and she's been doing it pretty much the second half, and she's been pressing. Clark drives, and she misses the shot off the front of the rim. Johnson brings the ball up the court, and Falter is able to get the ball, and they're able to steal it, so they're going to say Iowa ball, but timeout from Iowa. 75-87.
Still a great game.
Yes. And I'm not sure if you touched premise on this or not at the beginning, but we knew Caitlin Clark was going to score, but it had to be by committee. And I like under popular opinion, NYG was saying other people need to step up. And boy, when they needed them the most, Caitlin Clark just started to put up shots that really didn't need to be pressed, where she could have ran a play for her teammates. So it kind of sucks, but expected.
It sucks. It's tough. I mean, what can you say? Caitlin Clark is, kudos to her for a great career. But you know what? When it's one against a whole team like this, and South Carolina is just pulling players off the bench, and your bench is just very, very, very futile.
Yep.
It's hard. It's hard when you get to the national championship. And one of the biggest surprises for me right now is Gabby Martin.
Yeah, and they just stole the ball from Caitlin Clark.
With some terrible shot selections. No need to force the 3-pointers when you're the turnovers. I can tell you right now, the turnovers were a big thing for me. They had easy turnovers that she wasn't protecting the ball. Yep. And she just gave up freebie. So
I got a little Harden in her. And also 37-0 for bench points.
For bench points, that's the biggest thing. The bench points, the rebounds, all of that. Kudos to South Carolina. you earned this championship. No one can ever say that you guys didn't earn this championship. You know, it's definitely a big win for them. And
Yep. Now they're subbing out all the starters.
yeah, that's what you need to do. I mean, there's nothing else.
No. There was going to be a winner and a loser, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's what you love about team sports. Because they're going to learn something from this, even though they might not feel like it right now. They're definitely going to potentially learn from this.
Still good season for Iowa. I mean, I know
Yep.
it's rough to go down like this, but get some. I will say this: get some good, consistent size.
Yes.
Man, they will be a tough team. And now you're not going to have another Caitlin Clark or Gabby Gabby Marshall. Those two are gone. I think it's Martin is going too, if I'm not mistaken. So, but I mean,
Yep. Dawn is emotional. Here it is. It's over. South Carolina takes down Iowa 87-75 for the perfect season.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I agree, Coach. If Iowa just had a little bit more size out behind them, who knows what this would have been. But this is definitely a learning curve for them, obviously, when it comes to recruiting. Obviously, I do realize there's no 6'11" or 6'7" women growing on trees. But, with the proper recruitment and, you have a star like Caitlin that you could lean on potentially to help with that. Who knows? The sky could be the limit for this team. They definitely got there.
Mm-hmm.
They had the poise. They just didn't have the juice.
Exactly. So, and it's tough. I know it is, especially when you're on demand like that. But yeah, like you said, there aren't the 6'11". The recruiting is going to be a big factor.
Yep.
And young girls, they're going to want to go to South Carolina right now. I mean,
True.
you can't argue with it. I mean, it's nothing but consistent winning over there. So,
Yep.
and look at the players in the WNBA. So, but hey, Iowa still proves that they have coaching, and maybe Juju Watkins will change the narrative. And I mean, there's plenty of young girls in this game, and some that are coming into the game. So,
Yeah.
But I you know what, I can't speak highly enough of it. So yeah, them girls was definitely too small. Good effort. Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
They were small, and congratulations to South Carolina. They pulled it out in that second half, man. That's all I could say. They definitely, stepped it up. So, Dawn, you know, you brought that Philly mentality to South Carolina. So, congratulations. So,
Yeah.
you
And
know,
just by them interviewing her right now and like looking at the women behind her, like they're massive. Like they are so big. Like
mm-hmm.
look at that size, man. Like perfect recruitment. Obviously a great coach. Like you said, she brought that Philly mentality to them. That's their third national championship. 2017, 2022, and now 2024.
Exactly. So, um, man, great game, great season for the W. I mean, for women's college basketball. I'm looking forward to the W's draft and seeing what's
Yes.
going on. You're going to be seeing more and more women's coverage in terms of women's games, even the WNBA by me. I can guarantee it. NYG and Randy, they'll be right here with me.
Yep.
Shout out to Dawn Stanley and Selling Defeated. They definitely earned it. Yes. That's the one
Yes.
thing that no one can say about this. This title game forced them to really play as a complete team.
Yep.
And you talked about it, the bench points. I mean, 37 bench points, that speaks a lot. And they scored what, 87?
87. Yeah, 87.
So 37. So that says your bench was involved in this too. So but kudos to them. Let me see. She still had 19. It's probably going to go to Under Cordosa. 15-7 as your MVP. So,
Yeah,
but
why not? That's a great stat line. Plus a couple blocks too. I think she had 3 or 4 blocks. So
yeah. So, and look, I'm waiting to see where she goes. They said number 4, so we'll see. But
Ooh.
But again, congratulations. Thanks to everyone. I mean, I really appreciate everyone being here. Randy stepping in, jumping in. Wish you could have been here from the beginning, but I get it.
Yes.
The mic. But hey, NYG. Thanks for being in here. Victor, you being in here. East Coast Gridiron. Thanks for being here. Mike Vinay, stopping in. Let's see who else. Chad for being here. Mitch Nimar, Liv Mitchell, you. Let me see. Charles Adderley and Daniel Berry. Thanks everyone for tuning in, for rocking with me. I really appreciate you guys. If you were rooting for South Carolina, congratulations. If you're rooting for Iowa, sorry, tough defeat. But,
Yes.
No matter what, Caitlin Clark still, wasn't a perfect show. She still put on a show for us. So, and South Carolina showed why they're the best team. So, women's basketball, I'm sorry, it's here to stay, and I'm loving every bit of it. And I hope you guys enjoyed it too. So, Randy, anything you want to add on? Tell everybody where they can find you also.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you just type into the YouTube searches Next Shift, and that's me, your boy, Next Shift Randy. But shout out to the 24 eyes that are watching that didn't want to comment. Appreciate you guys. You guys are the ones the reason why we do what we do. Mm-hmm. So big shout out to you guys. And also shout out to Hardcore Sports Network for allowing us to do what we do and have a platform and a StreamYard to use. Just be on the lookout for more and more content. As I get more and more involved with this, the more I'll become more informative and give you guys better content. So be on the lookout for the draft. I'll be excited for that as well. It's right around the corner here. So be on the lookout for, like Coach said, me, myself, and NYG Unpopular Sports Opinion. And bigger and better things are coming, folks. Just hop along for the ride.
All right. So I appreciate that, everyone. So thanks again for tuning in. I really hope you guys had a great time. So, and until the next one, peace.
Peace.